Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, let's get started. Welcome to Success Talk Live. I'm so glad you all could join me here tonight. I'm your host, Aurea McGarry, and if you're sitting there right now watching, you see this beautiful woman next to me with the beautiful red lips. We're going to talk about those red lips in just a few minutes. There is a meaning behind them. And I love her glasses. Kim White is here with me tonight, not just for her gorgeous looks and her beautiful, friendly smile. She is an amazing businesswoman, and she's going to share with you all collaboration secrets and how collaborating with even one person, even one of the right people, can grow your business or nonprofit 10 times bigger. So if you want to learn how to grow 10 times bigger in your business, do not change the station. Do not pass go. Don't move, because we're going to get right to it in just a minute. So I just want to let you know that I'm doing these to help businesses and nonprofits, which are my passion, grow and learn secret sauces. But hopefully you're watching right now live on the Aurea McGarry production page. If you are, I've got Corrine and Christy and Tracy and Camille on the line right now. Feel free to ask questions, make comments, and we want to, collaborate with you all today as well. So without any further ado, I'm going to welcome my sexy business owner, founder, Kim White, to the show. Kim, welcome aboard.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I'm so excited when you said you'd be on, because you are a master at collaborating and building a tribe of people, especially women, that come together and follow you. You've got over 25,000 likes and followers over on your Facebook group, which is amazing. And you're so funny how you do it so, don't want to say it's easy, but it's simple to you. And I want you to share some of those secrets. But first, in a nutshell, tell the viewers a little bit about who you are and a little bit about your background.
Well, the simplest version is I am a serial entrepreneur.
I love it.
Started when I was 16, and
so last year you started.
So last year, yes. Actually 35 years ago I started, and along that journey I created some really magical things, but then I also created a really ugly business in the way that I think about things, because we help people create sexy businesses for sexy lives. And it came from me creating a not sexy business. I was sitting looking out my conference window, looking out over the lake, out of my office building, and that was what my goal was. I wanted an office building, and I wanted it to look over the lake, and I wanted all these people, and I wanted to do all these amazing things in my community. And while, yes, all of that happened, I looked out that window as the sun was rising over the lake and realized I had just been there watching the sun set on that same water. And it was not pretty, because, you know, while the business was successful in a lot of people's, definition,
Right,
was not sexy to me, because I couldn't leave. It was dependent on me being there. I didn't set it up well.
Isn't that interesting? That happens to a lot of people. You get to what you think is the end of the rainbow, and you get to the top of what you think is success, and you realize you're not happy, or this isn't what you thought it would be, or you feel trapped. And so you had an epiphany and went on to the next thing. It's always a stepping stone, so there's no mistakes in this life. It's always a stepping stone to something else. So continue.
Well, that was my epiphany, and I actually literally put a note on the glass door on the front of the building that said for 90 days we wouldn't be available, that we were actually revamping.
Really?
And we did. We completely, I actually disassembled the business the way that it was, and actually, just changed things, helped several people go into business to take care of the customers, helped other ones get jobs, helped, just did some things to make it not all my responsibility anymore.
What kind of business was it?
It was actually an Oklahoma oil and gas company.
Okay.
I had started it on my kitchen table.
Wow.
people say that you have to have money to start a company, but I have proved like several times that's not true, because I did it with basically old school pen and paper when I started.
Oh, wow. That's
So
amazing.
it turned into, though, that thing that actually propelled me into what I feel like is really the thing I'm here for, which is helping people create their own sexy businesses so that they are with their families, and like they understand that our lives and our businesses are actually intertwined, instead of trying to compartmentalize them and fragment our lives and never find balance.
Yeah.
If we learn to intertwine them and make what we want our life to look like, and then wrap the business around that, which is backwards to how I think most people tell you to do it.
Yeah, but it makes sense. If you love what you do, you never work another day in your life. And if
Yes.
you have balance, you live longer, you're happier, and everybody around you is happier. And I love the entrepreneur life. Even though we work 24/7, it seems like we love what we do. And there's still balance because we can take off whenever we want. We work with who we want to work with. We fire who we want to fire, and choose who's in our space and who's in our life. You can't do that in corporate America or that pretty corner office. So totally understand that. What was one secret you learned to success in that oil company that you built, and one secret to failing? Not failing, but saying this isn't for me.
And I think the biggest thing about that particular industry, and I'm not saying anything bad about the industry, it's just they don't know how to collaborate. They don't know how to work together to accomplish things without taking advantage of each other. And that's the general rule. There are exceptions to that.
Yeah.
But as a general rule, they were pretty cutthroat. I mean, they were pretty mean, because, I am not a male in a male dominated industry, and so I took a lot of flack for it. But I came to a decision one day, and it was towards the beginning of, I had to go into a meeting with all these black suits, all these guys that were attorneys and legal, advisors and things. And they were all really bullies, if you want to know the truth.
Wow.
But I decided that I wasn't going to try to look like them or act like them or do what they were doing. So I showed up in a pink silk suit and all my sparkly self. And it started something amazing, though, because it actually ended up, and this took, several years. It wasn't like overnight, but it actually ended up that those same attorneys tried to hire me because they found so much respect in what I was doing. So
I can believe that. I can believe that. You can be different, and you can wear pink in a man's world for sure. And just like real men can wear pink as well. And the point is, you would have soared in that business if it was your end all goal and what God wanted you to do, forever. You would have turned people around. You would have, totally, kept in that industry and do it your way, put your spin on it, put your beautiful personality in there, and could have changed things. But I can see that it was God's will that you start there, but not stay there. That's when you kind of hear that voice saying, okay, you've been here as long as I need you to be. It's time now to take this to the next level. So that's really exciting that you did take it to the next level. And how did you go from that to My Sexy Business?
I actually went to an event because I knew that I had to do something different, and I really didn't understand the online or like the speaking side of things. I mean, I've gone to hear speakers, but I had never, and actually my whole life, I never wanted to be a speaker. I kept feeling like I was supposed to do some of those things, but I fought it really my whole life because I don't really like being in front of everyone.
I can't imagine that. You're just like a perfect fit. You're such a people person. I cannot imagine you being behind the desk anyway.
The thing that makes me completely motivated to be in front of everyone is that is the way I can serve them. That is the way that I can actually show up and change lives. And that's what I had to learn, was I didn't know that was why I was supposed to be in front of people. I'm thinking, I don't want to be in front of everybody because it's all about me.
Right.
And the truth was, it wasn't about me at all. It was about me showing up and serving all the people that were there. So it changed my mind. It
Right.
made me have a shift. So I do show up all in. I do show up, you know, transparently, and I do show up, you know, as myself. I don't try to be something I'm not.
And that's important, especially with women, because we're very smart, and women more than anybody sees through fakeness, and we can see a salesperson a mile away, and we really do have that woman's intuition, and we can tell how much you know, but we can also tell how much you care. And to us, we don't do business with people that we know don't care about what they're serving or what they're selling and totally believe in it. So I don't think you can fool women. And I don't say you can fool men either, but you just can't fool women. Let's just put it that way. They see through. They see through all that stuff for sure. And that's what makes you so authentic and makes you so successful too. And I do the same thing. I love to serve, and it shows. So we can go through different twists and turns and growth spurts and changes around, because everything we do has that same purpose. How can I serve better? And our followers and our friends and our collaborators follow that. So let's talk about that collaboration. I love that it's called My Sexy Business. And I want to just tell us real quick how you got that sexy business title and those gorgeous red lips. But then I want you to talk about how collaborating made that difference. How you made that change.
Well, I kept coming up with the word sexy when I would talk about things in my speeches. Like I would be asked to speak at an event, and it was a word that I kept using, and it wasn't like on purpose at first. It was, I just feel like confidence is sexy.
Mm-hmm.
And I would rather be sexy than beautiful, because if you're sexy, you have a different, you know, you have more than just being pretty. You have a lot going for you if you're sexy, and you attract. And I think it's really important that we don't go chasing people to sell them something, that we do so much value and give so much value that they want to run after us to, you know, get what we've got instead of the other way around. And so to me, that's the biggest picture of sexy. And red lips is one of the things that's just like iconic. Yeah, exactly.
I love the way you define sexy, because we're all thinking maybe the wrong thing about sexy, but you're right. When you think about the word sexy, it means they attract, whether it's a woman wearing red lipsticks and high heels to be sexy for a different reason. If you talk about a business, it is, people are drawn to it. What a great way to think about sexy for business, even sexy for nonprofits. What the story draws people to want to help and do more. So my sexy nonprofits, my sexy businesses, you were even talking about, you talked to churches about having sexy churches, not meaning it in a inflammatory way, but meaning in you know, Jesus drew people to him. Exactly. Our modern word right now is sexy. That means attract. So I think that's really cool and a neat new twist. So you should just hashtag sexy all day long.
I do.
I bet you do. I don't want to see what other things pop up, but that's beside the point. You never know, people stumble across you. That's great. All right, so now you've got this sexy business and you attract people. And I think you have the sexiest smile, because I believe a smile is so contagious and so attractive. And your smile just says so much about you, for sure. It just welcomes so many people in, and it makes us feel comfortable around you, because we can really tell how much you care. So tell us now, how do we collaborate? We might know a lot of really cool people, but what does that look like? Is that phone calls? Is that, first, do we need to know who to collaborate with, or we don't want to sell to people? So talk to us about your meaning of collaboration.
Well, and I definitely want to say that collaboration is a word that a lot of people use, and I believe misuse, because it's almost turned into a sleazy selling tactic.
Okay.
Hey, I want to collaborate with you. You just have to buy my thing.
Yeah.
That's not collaboration. That's just something that someone has taught someone to sell in a poor way. And so that is not sexy to me at all.
So what's collaboration mean? The meaning of collaboration should be what?
A collaboration is where a group of people, 2 or more, work together to accomplish a goal. And it doesn't have to be a large goal, but it ends up, when you get addicted like I am to collaborating, you end up accomplishing things that there is no way that you could do alone. There's no way that that you could all individually in that group end up in such a like amazing high level place without working together to get there.
Give us an example of your best collaboration.
Well, I can't.
One of the best.
I was gonna say I can't tell my very best one yet because we're trying to get stats for it.
Okay.
I'm super excited to like share it at some point, but I can't yet. One of my favorites though for new new people coming into the social media world is they think that they have to have a big page. They have to have, you know, hundreds and thousands and millions of followers before they can collaborate with an influencer. But they don't realize that that's not true. If you take a group of people that have even 100 likes on their page and you put them together, they can go so much farther, so much faster working together than you can individually. I mean, it takes a while to build up your numbers.
Yeah,
and
you've got 25,000 followers on your Facebook, My Sexy Business. So everybody look up My Sexy Business on Facebook. She's there. It's a great page. So if somebody says, well, I'd love to collaborate with somebody, what's their first step? Is there a do or don't, like people you should collaborate with or people you shouldn't, or a little checklist we should go through?
I think that the funniest one, everybody laughs at me because it's simple. I'm very simple. I will just say
that.
I can't do complicated. I have to take complicated and make it simple, or I can't implement it.
Good. I can see you doing the kiss, the kiss away, which is with your lips. KISS is keep it simple, sister. We would say stupid, but let's keep it sister. Keep it simple, sister.
That's right. One of the best ways to vet someone, and I always tell everyone, do not collaborate with someone because you have this thought in your head and all of a sudden you all are talking about it and then you think it's a good idea, because there are some really important things you need to look at so that you remember when you are on social media, you're an influencer. If you have
I love the word influencers.
No followers yet, you will have, and you will be an influencer. It doesn't mean you're like at the 1 million follower mark to be an influencer. You're an influencer from day one.
Right.
So you have to guard that influence. You have to really protect it from being taken advantage of, really.
Yeah.
So the best way I know to vet someone is to actually go on their social media, because a lot of people will have their business page look one way, but they feel like they can do whatever they want on their personal page. And if you go in and you like look back over the last year or two, or however long you have time to look, how serious you are about wanting to work with someone, you don't want to work with anyone that rants. You don't want to work with anyone who isolates people. You don't want to work with anyone who, this is really gross. I know this is gross, but I don't want someone to throw up my page because they're mad at somebody. I don't want them to throw up on my page and be associated with me when someone looks us both up and they go, oh, you run around with that one.
It's funny you say that, because last week I had somebody on that's a social influencer as well. Somebody has over 160,000 followers on Instagram, and he said the same thing. You got to be very careful who you collaborate with. We can socialize with everyone. We can be friends with lots of people, but that's a very good point. I want everybody to write that down, retweet this. It matters who you collaborate with. You don't want those people that throw up all over the place. And there's people that it's part of their job and charm to be, whether it's not politically correct or whatever, that's fine. But if that's not you and that's not your brand, you got to be careful with that. So, and if it's right in line with you, then yes, that's a great collaboration. But if it's not, then I like what you said. Go back, look at like for maybe the last couple of months what they've been talking about on different areas, whether it's their personal wall or their business wall. So that's really good. And you said you want to keep it simple and you had something funny. What was that?
Can you still see me, Aurea?
Yeah, I still see you.
Okay, my screen just went completely like away. Okay, there we are.
You're good.
I was like, I don't know if I just like left or.
No, you're good. You're good. All right. So you say you keep it simple, and you had a funny story. So go ahead.
Um, that is just one of my things about checking people out. But I will
Okay.
tell you what I did today, which I will differentiate and I'll show you what I mean.
Okay.
Today, I went to go get my eyebrows done because I'm coming on with the famous Aurea McGarry, and I have to be like as cute as possible.
You achieved it. You're perfect.
And they messed up my eyebrows.
Oh no.
And so I kind of freaked out a little bit, and I went down the street and they fixed them. But I went on and was talking about that if you're doing business that way, I never named a name. I never talked bad about like a person or anything like that. But I did go on and give the example of if you
You
have.
say you went on. Where did you go on? What do you mean you went
I
on?
went on live. I'm sorry. I went live.
Make sure everybody knows that.
And talked about the fact that if you have too many customers to take care of well, then you're not doing business properly. Like
Good point.
that's not sexy. And so sometimes serving the masses is not a sexy thing when you're not serving them well. If you're only doing a mediocre job or less, then you need to think about a career change.
I love it. Or you just, rethink about how many you really need to service. But you're right. Better to serve, 50 people with excellence than 500 people mediocre. So really good point. Really good point. And I like that you went online to talk about that, because that's another way you build your social presence is going on live, doing live Facebooks, whether people are doing live Instagrams or live Facebook. It's really the wave of the future now, to go on live with your brand, whether you want to talk to people about your personal experiences or your day, or if you want to talk to them about business and giving tips live. Such a great way for people now to get to know us, live on video, so they can see us and hear us, and we want to see and hear them as well.
Absolutely. And, I think that that's one of the things that a collaboration, talking about the vetting of people and stuff, you need to know what good business looks like, and you need to practice good business, and you need to make sure they're doing the same. It's more important to slow down so that you can speed up, because if you slow down and make sure that you're really with the right group of people, then it's a lot sexier to have a great outcome than it is to rush through the process and then end up in a mess, because that's what happens. And that's actually what keeps people from collaborating a lot of times, is they've heard stories or they've heard, about problems, and people are scared. And so on all the collaborations that I teach about and I talk about and I participate in, I have 3 qualifiers always. And that is, they have to love lavishly, they have to share transparently.
Love it.
And they have to serve fearlessly.
Oh, say those 3 again. We're going to be writing these down. Say those 3 again.
You have to love lavishly.
Love lavishly.
Share transparently.
Share transparency without throwing up.
That's right. And serve fearlessly.
I love that one. Serve fearlessly. Yes, yes, and yes. That's fantastic.
If you give everything in a collaboration, and people have the misconception that collaborations consume your time, and it's not true.
No, it's actually easier.
Because you actually divide a lot of work into many parts. And the bigger the collaboration, in my opinion, as long as you've done all of your plan and you've made your breakup plan and you've implemented your negotiations and you have it in writing what it is your plan is and what you all are going to do in each person's part, I think the bigger the better, because you then have this massive, it's almost like a school of fish. If you have this little baby Facebook accounts and you put all of them together, and I'm sure that you've seen pictures or been in the ocean and seen where a school of fish looks like one giant fish. That's why they school up, is because
that's a great analogy. I love that. Reminds me of Finding Nemo. Together made a little shark impression.
But if you're not to the place that you can be an influencer alone with your numbers, and I guess we should talk about that too. The social media side of things is really perception. It's not reality.
What does that mean?
Well, I know some people who are making such waves in the world, like actually changing countries and doing huge things, that have maybe 100 people that follow them on social media, because that's not where they are. And
Gotcha.
so sometimes the numbers don't give the real story. So, and there are also people who have a lot of numbers that are not really actually changing the world. So
That's
there,
a really great point.
but your numbers are your social proof. Like, people look at that, and it's not that it's true, but people will investigate. If you're talking about being an influencer and you have, 2 people following you, then people will pull back until you start getting some numbers. So I'm a huge proponent of getting numbers,
Right.
because I don't think it should consume you, and I don't think it should be something that you miss the direction of or miss focus on.
And I'm sure it's easier together because if you have 2 friends and I have 2 friends and we collaborate together, we each have 4. We have 4 now. So it makes more sense to collaborate.
And the algorithms actually don't even work like that. That's what makes me get all excited talking about like social media kind of collaborations.
What do you mean by that?
They multiply, they don't add. So if we have a group of 10 people and each of them has 100 people on their pages, that would be a thousand followers, but that's not how the algorithms see it. If we're all working on each other's stuff and going on live with each other, commenting, liking, sharing, it actually goes out like in the thousands instead of just the smaller numbers. And most people don't ever realize.
I didn't realize that. So you're saying because there's 100 people online doing that, the algorithms let more than that see your post. That's true. Gosh, I didn't even think of it that way. Yeah. So you're multiplying when you're collaborating in social media versus adding. Really good point. Really good point.
And most people don't realize that if you comment, like you should comment on someone's live, even if I can only watch a few minutes of something, I always try to comment, and I always try to comment several times. Most people think, why did she not just do one comment? That would have all fit in one comment. But they don't realize that when you come onto someone's page, you can actually work their numbers and help their numbers go up by making more than one comment and doing the likes and the loves and, interact.
So what's in it for them for doing that? So that's great. I didn't even know that either. What's in it for somebody like right now, if they're commenting, to do several comments and like, what's in it for them?
Well, and that's the funny part that I get, like, I laugh about, because people are like, I don't have time to do all that. Well, you should have time, because
get hearts and comments now. Look at it
go. It actually impacts everybody that's doing it also. Like, really? It doesn't just impact the page that they're on. Like, we're on your page right now.
Right.
And we're impacting your reach by people being on.
Okay.
But whoever's on with you is also impacting their reach from your side of things. They just don't realize it.
That's great news. Look at that. You guys even know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. And so when you start going back and forth like that, the engagement goes up, and what happens is that reach goes out, and then you're impacting more people and more possible people interacting. And when you're authentic in your interactions and not selling all the time, like we have 3 weeks out of 52 in a year that we sell something. That's our entire year is based on those 3 weeks of online selling. Now, we have other things that people get into that, are behind the scenes and things, but online, we have 3 weeks of selling. So when you get on our stuff, you're not going to find
sell. Yeah, exactly. People buy because they like you. It's always that 80-20 rule I've always said. 80% give value, give knowledge, give wisdom, and 20% of the time you can let them know what you have to offer, services or products. So that's perfect. So you really take it to that nth degree. That's perfect. So if you could give us one secret sauce to that title that we have, how one collaboration can help you grow 10 times bigger. I think you just mentioned a little bit of that with go on people's live Facebooks too, or live Instagrams, and engage with them. That one live could help you grow instrumentally just because of the algorithms on social media. But what else can we do? What's one other thing we can do to grow 10 times bigger with one collaboration?
One of my very favorites is actually interviews. It's amazing what you can do when a group of you, and if you take 10 again that have small pages, they're new to social media, and they do interviews and they interview each other, and they do that all in a row, because something else most people don't realize is you actually build momentum. So tonight the numbers will go up if people are commenting and everything on your page.
Right.
But that high will last also tomorrow if you continue it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll go up higher if you continue it again.
What do you mean continue it? Be specific. Continue this show or do another live?
Do another live.
Okay, so people should do it in a row instead of like weekly. Do 2 or 3 or 4 days in a row.
If you do, and I'm a proponent of like doing 10 interviews in a row.
10 days straight?
10 days straight.
Okay.
If you do that, then you'll be amazed at what happens, because all of a sudden your reach goes up so much more because you have done something consistently. And then you turn around and interview the other person, though. You turn around and have them on your stuff. So now you've got, like, you will have 10 interviews. Now I'm going to have 10 interviews, and each one of them will have 10 interviews. And it's not, they don't have to be long. They need to be over 10 minutes.
Okay.
But they don't have to be really long. And you need to find a common ground. Like you and I have a lot of common ground.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have a problem with that. But I've done stuff with businesses that I really did not have anything in common with, except they had one like sexy principle they were practicing, and that's what we teach about, is like the sexy principles of business.
Right.
So it didn't mean that their business itself matched my business. It's just they were practicing something. And so we brought that out. The whole interview was about that principle and how they applied it and how it worked for them. And so you find common thread.
Sure. They don't have to be the same to have something to talk about, something interesting, maybe even be opposites, but still serve kind of the same purpose. Like you and I serve to help others grow. It could be, you know, see, you use sexy and that's your thing. And mine was legacy. Mine just started to come out as legacy. And I was signing books saying, live your legacy. Before you know it, I was legacy maker. Before you know it, I was having Live Your Legacy Summits. Kind of like was a natural progression that I never planned on, but it happened. Just like you're sexy. You can be sexy and I can be legacy, but we're all trying to serve people. So it's a perfect collaboration. We want everybody to live a better, bigger, sexy legacy. There's the new hashtag, sexy legacy. We collaborated.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. And that's a perfect example, though, of collaborating in that way, is that we come together and legacy and sexy are married. You know, that's the thing that's super enticing to me, is that's what happens. And then you start getting social proof, not just in your numbers, but if you're getting interviewed by 10 people that are watching are taking note, because why are these people interested in, you know, and there's a lot of people offline who are huge influencers that need to be online so that they can impact more people, but they don't. I mean, it's a daunting task, because the hardest 100 likes you will get on your page are the first 100.
Yeah, exactly.
The hardest
subscribe to YouTube are mandatory before they even let you go any further.
The hardest 1,000 is the first 1,000. So I mean,
the hardest million is the first million. Of course. It's the way it works. I had a question I would ask you, just went out the window. Oh, that was it. You're using might be kind of a scary word, the word interview. I want people to know that in this wonderful Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and even YouTube has live streaming, interviews now aren't something where you have to be a professional host or professional anything. You can get on with your best friend next door, with your cupcake restaurant down the street, with just people and just have conversation. I mean, look at everything that's going on. Get a selfie stick. You can do interviews with people that like the same things you like. You can interview your kids. You can have just conversation. Then you can branch out to other people with other fan bases as well. So I don't want people to get stuck at, oh, I'm not an Emmy award-winning TV show host to do an interview, or I've never been interviewed on the news. It's not that type of interview when you're talking social media. So I want people not to be scared of that word we're using, interview. Get on there and have conversation. So let's use social media conversations.
And there's one rule that I want to like leave with everyone on an interview. There's one job that the interviewer has. And if the interviewer will remember this one thing, they will never lack having people want to have them interview. And that is, whoever you're interviewing, make them look awesome.
Amen.
If they accidentally say something, you know, that you understand was taken wrong, or, you know, they say something, they're stuttering over something, or help them from your side of things, because then in turn, you know, those people will help you, because you don't want someone to come on and you don't want to make them feel like they are less than. I see that a lot on Facebook, where someone will be talking to someone and they want to look good because they're insecure. And so they'll act like, well, I'm all that in a bag of chips, and you know, you should be lucky to have me in your life. And I think that's such a turn off.
It is.
So if you make whoever you're interviewing look the very best, and you're a great example of this, because I feel like I am like somebody tonight.
No, you're more than just somebody. You are all that in a bag of M&Ms, which is the big time. But you're right, because we don't need to blow somebody's light out to make ours shine brighter. It's not how it works. And again, if people are watching this and they're scared of that word interview, you don't have to be an interview and a host. If you have good conversation, and just like with anybody in networking, when we teach on how to network properly, it's all about, Mary Kay Ash used to tell us, and she's just such a mentor my entire life. I never knew anybody as great at this as she was, about making other people feel special, because she always told us, everyone wears an invisible sign that says, make me feel special. And it's true. Everybody, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And people don't remember what you say to them. They remember how you made them feel. So it's all in line with just have good conversation, be more interested in them, lift them up, like you said, catch them if they fall. But know that when you're having conversation and live interviews or live conversations, bloopers are great. Have fun, fall down, get up, you know, make mistakes. It's okay, because people like those behind the scene types of conversations anyway.
My eyebrows.
Yeah, do the eyebrows, that's right. Your eyebrows are perfect. But I always tell people, I don't care if your plant falls down in the background, or if the kids come in, if the dog barks. It's all part of life, and I think that makes the show even more interesting, because it's just kind of life happens, and it's all good. The only time that's not good is when we're doing live TV and things like that, and it's not my show. That's a whole nother ball of wax. But your conversations, your social media, have fun. Don't be afraid. And Kim, I just love what you just told us. And I'm going to take this to heart too, because I don't know all the algorithms of social media, but you just gave the best tip on it matters commenting on other people's things. That helps your algorithms as well. Do lots and lots of comments and likes and hearts, because they help your stuff get seen more if they see that. And doing things in a row versus, like, I know I've been doing like once a week. Well, I think I might kick this up a notch and do like, you know, Monday through Friday, and go on and do social media. And, you know, even if my hair's not perfect or my eyebrows aren't perfect, you know, just get in there and get those algorithms going. So I'm going to challenge everybody to do what you just told us to do. Get in there, have live conversations. It doesn't have to be, you know, picture perfect every day, 10 days in a row, but get out there and let people hear and see you live. Instagram, Facebook, whatever your favorite platform is. That was a really good tip, Kim. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. And I have another one that is like super simple, but it's different than what it used to be. You know, in the beginning of Facebook, I've been on for a decade, and in the beginning of Facebook, it was all about the quantity. It was all about having, you know, something on every single day for an entire year, and, you know, you didn't have live video then. And they weren't doing what they're doing now. So you have to evolve and be flexible in what they want instead of what we want to do. And one of those things is absolutely quality content versus quantity. If you are doing something, you need to have quality content. And when someone's commenting back, one of the ways to up that is if you say something really awesome, someone puts that in the comments. If you say, I have a phrase that I say all the time, to guard your influence but don't hide it. If someone puts that in the comments, that increases exactly because that's increasing the quality even of the comments, and that raises your numbers also. That keeps you in the right kind of loop. Like,
that's good. That's good. How is it true too? If you people need to not only like your stuff but comment to keep your feed showing up on their walls. Because I'm always, when I'm scrolling, it's just as easy for me to like something you're doing, or, I try to like all the people that matter to me and at least give them a like. Sometimes I'll put a little heart in the comment or an emoji or something, because I heard that way I'll continue to see their things in my feed. And Instagram is supposed to be big on that too. They'll show me stories by those things that I like. And I'm seeing that happen because now I see every funny animal video known to man. I'm driving my family crazy. Look at the otter and look at the dog and look at this. That's what I'm liking all the time.
I love it. I love it.
It's fun. I guess it's true.
It is true. And the thing is the rules have changed just again recently.
Okay.
You need to check on the top of each page that you like. If you want to get all their content,
okay,
you can actually click on to make sure you're seeing it. Because if it's
what do you mean click on?
Well, click on and say that you want to see it first, or you want to see it,
Yeah, but it only let you do so many. Like, I already have 50 that I want to see first. It says I have to delete some for let me add more to my see first. Is it still like that?
I am not sure, because June the 18th, a lot of stuff changed.
I'll have to go back on and see.
2 weeks ago, a lot of things changed again. So okay. I don't know whether it's just like the June 18th changes just like kind of took effect a couple weeks ago, but
I have to check, because I've been trying to do that and it says I'm full. It says you're at your limit of 50, delete some before I can add more on to say see first.
And when you're collaborating with someone, I mean, you're not going to be collaborating with 50. That's not likely it'll be that big.
Yeah, no, they're not all collaborations, just people I have in there. I can definitely clean house a little bit.
And I was going to say, that also will help you, though, make an impact if you are following the collaborators that you're working with. Like, those are the ones that I always suggest you start with.
Okay.
You put them at the first of your feed, because you need to work each other's numbers, and they need to do the same. Like, you need to make sure that you're getting the notifications so that you can like it and love it and comment. And replays count. Being on live counts in one way, but going back and having people watch the replay, it also counts.
Okay, y'all hearing that? Go back and watch this again. And go to my YouTube.
That's right.
And I'm so glad we've got a lot of great people online on Facebook right now, too. Kim, we've got Beck Mills is on here. They're re-quoting us and re-quoting you. Guard your influence. Don't hide it. Kareen's on there. She's so excited to see Kim this September. Yes, Kareen, good reminder. Kim is going to be there. She's bringing like her whole entourage of people to my Live Your Legacy Summit this fall, September 23rd and 24th. So I'm so excited. And it was just so cool when you meet people like Kim that say, I want to come and I'm going to bring people. I didn't even have to ask her. It's like, you're having this, I'm there. Can't wait. So you really appreciate people in your life that are excited about what you're doing and just jump in, because I'm jumping into everything you do as well. So that's always a nice blessing as well. And we've got
besties, like that's coming. Is we have like a private, it's actually a group of us that help each other, and we call it the
besties. I love that.
Biz Besties, and they're coming from Canada and all over the US to come and be like at a meetup there in Atlanta with us and come to your summit. So I am super excited about that. I don't know if you've heard of like a lot of them, but I'm telling you, you will be hearing about them because they are making waves.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I was just noticing somebody was asking a question. I think it was Camille. I just lost the feed, but they said, "Can you explain what a spider is?"
Yes.
All right, it must be somebody you know. Must be an inside joke. I want to make sure I got to that. It just kind of disappeared, but it was there.
If it's Camille, I'll just say Camille is actually the famous kitchen coach that people have heard of. She's like incognito tonight, but she is actually the kitchen coach.
Oh, the kitchen coach. Cool.
She is a major influencer that like is coming online finally. So I mean, watch for her. She's amazing. But
Oh, I will.
she's somebody I want to introduce you to at the thing. She's coming with us. So
Oh, wonderful. I can't wait. I can't wait. And yes, I want to follow her. So Camille, I'll put another quote in there and I'll make sure after this, I'm going to go and follow her and look up the kitchen coach. And if you all are on here commenting, asking questions, feel free, put your website in here. Let us know where we can talk to you and have more, time with you as well, because we are here to serve you all who are watching and taking time out to be here as well. But can you tell us what a spider is?
I can.
Okay, good. What is it?
Remember, I have to take the complicated and understand it. So
Okay.
I laugh and tell everybody I'm a kindergarten princess.
Perfect.
Algorithms are something that are very intimidating to all of us. And
Yes.
algorithms are nothing more than, a set of rules or a way something works. And so in my little kindergarten princess mind, I think of them as the spiders because they're constantly going through looking for what they like to eat. And if you will pay attention to what they like to eat, which is live video, commenting, sharing, engagement, I mean, that's what they like. So we feed our spiders. We have like hashtags. We have fat spiders, and we're actually doing a series called Sexy Spider Hacks, where we
just made spiders sexy.
I know.
Okay, you're the queen of sexy. You can make a spider sexy. And you just did. Ring the bell.
I love it.
But that's great. It's so simple and I love it. Think of the spiders, think about it as what they need to eat and feed them. Oh, that's wonderful.
Keep them alive. If you think about your puppy, I have a sweet new puppy that I just am like crazy about.
Aww.
And I could not go a day without feeding him and watering him and walking him and playing with him. I have to keep him healthy and happy so that he'll be with me a long time.
Right.
Well, think of your pet spiders that are out there that you want to keep feeding them and watering them and walking.
I just say spiders. I really don't want my spiders living too long. Let's use puppies. Okay, I want to keep my puppies alive. I can deal with that. Keep my spiders alive.
Well, we think about
whatever it takes.
Coming down. Algorithms, that's kind of what they do through the data. They go through and they're looking for what they like. And so when they find what they like, they stop there and they have some of it. And that's how the reach works. It gets out there because they're actually stopped on your thing. And so when you apply those rules and you make your spiders fat, you actually have more engagement and more reach, like all the time. Because what happens when you find your favorite restaurant?
You tell people about it.
Well, and you come back to see if they've got the same good stuff. So that's the way the spiders work is, hey, this page has had our favorite here for 10 days in a row. We're going to go back and check them again because they're feeding us well.
Right.
So you actually get more reach over the long term by building that momentum and feeding those spiders.
That's great. All the collaboration, feed those spiders. I'm just visualizing these big fat spiders with long eyelashes and big red lips.
Exactly.
Massive, sexy spiders, maybe with some red high heel stilettos on. We got this. And a big pink bow because your favorite color is pink and so is mine. Well, Kim, you've been a joy. This is so fun to make collaborating and algorithms simple. And it's just kind of like a Nike commercial. Just do it. Go out there, mingle, have conversation with people that are like-minded, and there's just power in numbers is basically the theme of collaboration. Even if it's just you and one other person, algorithms in social media is going to help more people see what you both do if you do some things together. Multiply that by 10 other people that you can collaborate with, and you're just going to grow leaps and bounds. Because I know, Kim, you've grown just so fast with all those viewers. And tell people now you've got a group and you've got things happening. So tell the viewers before we sign off and close the show how they can get more of you and what they can tap into that you're doing.
Well, from now till Saturday, they actually have opportunity to get into the collaboration class.
What is that?
Follow, it's Collaboration 101. We're actually going to do collaborations with them, and we'll have actually a summit for them to participate in.
You have a link?
Starts Monday. I can put a link in there. I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
Okay, yeah, put the link in the comment and give us the date because people might watch this 3 weeks later. So tell us the date.
It starts July the 23rd, which is next Monday.
Okay.
And so we will cut it off Saturday to make sure that we know who else is going to be in there. And I think we only have 12 spots left.
Okay, is there a cost? Is it free?
It is. There's a cost to this one.
Okay.
It's $297.
Okay.
So it's pretty inexpensive for all that you get out of it. You've got about 45 days to work with us, not me telling you what to do, but we're actually doing stuff together.
Learning how to collaborate. Mm-hmm. That's great. What's one thing they'll learn by taking this class? I know they'll learn a bunch, but you got 45 days together. What's one golden nugget you can tell them to learn?
And one of the biggest things they'll learn is how to make a plan and negotiate that plan with a big influencer, like someone who's already got 1 million followers. They'll learn how to actually create a plan that will get their attention and then negotiate that plan so that big influencer will want to work with them.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's so worth the price of admission right there. Also tell them how they get a hold of you on Facebook. So let's say they're watching this 2 weeks later and this is already sold out and gone. Where should they follow you to just kind of tap in and collaborate with you?
Kim White, My Sexy Business Team is the page. So that's where we're there.
And Facebook is your favorite, right?
Facebook is my favorite. I actually am on Twitter and Instagram, but I will tell you I've neglected there. I have like 22,000 followers on Twitter who probably think I died. And then
Better get back to those spiders right now. They need to be fed.
I know. So I am just saying that, that's another thing about this is you have to not make this your main focus. Like collaboration should be a huge focus in your business, but social media should not be your main focus. I don't want to mislead anyone either into thinking that that's a cure-all because you still have to do your business.
Yes. Oh, what a concept. We have to actually do the work in the business. We can't just play on social media. Gotcha. It's very, very important. I'm glad you mentioned that. And Kim, you've been a wonderful guest and gave such great golden nuggets tonight, some secret sauces. And I hope you all learned some things. If you had, please share this video, watch it on YouTube. Keep the comments coming. Kim, if you got that link, put it in later today, so we'll have that link as well and follow you. And we cannot say goodbye without y'all knowing about the Live Your Legacy Summit, because I do one a year, and it's coming up this September 23rd and 24th, 2018. And so like you, Kim, all year long, I give and serve. That one time a year when I sell something, it's the vendor booths and the tickets to come and collaborate in a room full of about 200 fabulous women and business owners and several great men, brave men that come into the room as well. They're always fantastic. We help entrepreneurs, business owners, and nonprofits earn more so they can live more, so they can give more. Because what my passion is that more people earn more money so they can have more freedom in their life, more choices, and have more money to give. Because we all want to volunteer, and I hope, and give our time to nonprofits, but they can't run without the good old-fashioned cash money. Everybody's lights need to stay on. They're doing what they're doing, and they need cash as well. So the more we can make to give away is my passion. And we come together every September at Norcross near Atlanta at the Hilton. And if y'all go to liveyourlegacysummit.com, you can see all about it, see our speakers, and just come and network and learn and have a great time. I promise you a fabulous time. And I hope you'll join us there. We have people coming from California, Dame Shelley Hunt. We have people coming from Florida. We have them coming from all over the country to be a part of this. So hope y'all come.
And Canada.
Canada. Who's coming from Canada?
Christy Garcia.
Christy! Yeah, I love Canada. I have spent time in Nova Scotia, in Toronto, Ontario. I've yet to get over to, I want to get over to Calgary, and I want to go to Banff. That's my dream, to go over there to the castles. But Canada, I love Canada, so yay! So she might just win the, Come the Farthest Distance Award.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
That's great. Now you've got about 15, 20 people coming. Kim, you're wonderful. I love collaborating with you. I don't even remember how we came across each other, but we've been friends ever since. Yes. So thank you for giving of your heart, giving of your sexiness tonight, and giving of your secrets. And I just want to say you're welcome to come back anytime, and we will keep this conversation going for sure. I hope you all follow Kim White, My Sexy Business, and follow me on YouTube at Aurea McGarry, and come to the Live Your Legacy Summit. I love you all. Have a great night. Be prosperous and go out there and earn more, live more so you can give more and live your sexy legacy now. We're going to collaborate and make that a new thing. Bye, y'all. Have a great, great day. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you.
See you soon. End meeting. Bye.